So when people realize that I'm not, abiding by like the normal path, something's different or something's wrong or I'm somehow inferior.
So when I was a firstie, I lied to my instructor about where I was, so I got an honor board. I actually had a cadet advisory board and was determined to go on the Army mentorship program. So I left the academy for 2 years and I got back, and they are making me do one additional semester before I can graduate. So now I'm a December grad, 2017.
At the United States Military Academy, students undergo a 47-month experience, during which they earn a college degree while developing not only physically and mentally, but also in character. After nearly 4 years at this total institution, cadets graduate and are commissioned as officers in the United States Army.
Well, it's not even my choice that I'm, getting another semester, I guess, at West Point, but it's being forced upon me and for a reason that I can't exactly, prevent.
However, there is the occasional student who does not follow this plan exactly. Some cadets, due to infractions, injuries, or failing grades, must work to develop themselves and end up graduating later than originally planned.
In January, I went to the doctor, got diagnosed with mono.
I was a cow and committed an honor violation on the SOCH paper.
I fell off a cliff between 70 and 120 feet. I broke my pelvis, sternum, scapula, a couple vertebrae, and had internal bruising.
Many cadets in this situation receive a full year turnback, but those who receive a semester turnback, known as December graduates, are more recognizable as not graduating with their class.
I was able to not only recover in only about 3 months after reconstructive pelvis surgery, but I was able to come back in December, take an APFT, and pass it. So I was able to come back after 1 semester.
So I'm a December grad this year because I was involved in a car accident the first semester of my first year, and as it turns out, they diagnosed me with a moderate traumatic brain injury.
They'll ask how you became a turnback, and usually when they tell you, I tell someone that was admin or medical, because of my knee surgery, they'll be a little bit more understanding.
What you are about to see is a series of interviews with 6 December graduates from various years, speaking on their experiences with social shaming as a cadet.
When I first got brought up on honor, pretty much everyone's opinion of you instantly changes. No matter what you did before that, you're defined by that one moment.
So there were a few people in my company, one in particular that would make comments to other people, not to me, not directly to my face, but to other people, walking down the hallways and stuff.
I know that my first thought when I see a December grad is, oh, what did he do? So I can definitely see how other people would feel that.
I don't think anyone thought any less of me. It was more so just I'm not part of the same social construct anymore,
At an institution where individualism and differences are frowned upon, symbolism plays a large role in cadets' perceptions of December graduates.
How are you doing today?
What's up? Hey, good evening there, Thorn. How's it going? Hi, good afternoon. Don't worry about it, man.
So, our parkas and our black jackets, they denote what class year you belong to. Well, mine both say 16 on it. And I can see the thoughts, running through their minds, well, why is there 16 here? Especially with plebes. They're trying to greet, but then they see a 16 and they're like, I don't know what to do. So they would look at that and they would just malfunction.
There's definitely an initial stigma, especially when you're wearing the PFC rank, when you're on restriction. I think cadets have an instantaneous mindset. Something went wrong. It's very hard to hide, even though I wear rank just like everyone else now. It's very hard to hide that something did happen. I'm in a second major now. I've completed my first major, and I'm the new kid in my second major. Just in other areas, it comes out very quickly. Especially being a December grad, there's a number of requirements and things that are different. Our branching and posting process were separate, and they sort of separated me from the pack.
In both cadets who could and could not have controlled their circumstances, shaming exists from peers and superiors.
Hey, bud, only 6 months left till graduation.
Yeah.
What's the matter? Oh, that's right, you were a December grad. Hey, what happened with that?
I had mono, so I was on medical leave for a while.
Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, at least you feeling better though, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you later.
See you guys.
Look at me, I got mono. I can't pass the PT test.
It's totally fake, isn't it?
Totally.
For me, it was pressure from more my parents and other like military officers to try and not go on med leave and like basically do whatever I could to fight the system and stay like on track with my class.
Specifically in reference to the Ninja Award winner, he was down at the first team. I was saying goodbye to somebody. I had just happened to be standing next to his table, and he said, "Oh yeah, you know, take care of yourself." And he sticks his hand out, and he mentions, "Hey, you just have X amount of months, you know, until you're out of here." And then I corrected him. I was like, "Oh no, I'm out of here in December." He's like, "Oh, you're a December grad." I said, "Yes, sir. I'm a December grad." And he pulls me in closer. He's still holding on to my hand. He pulls me in closer and he says, "What did you do to fuck up?" I said, "Sir, I didn't do anything wrong. I just was in the wrong place at the wrong time."
So as a year turnback, I then went to serve under a few of my former classmates in like a platoon structure. I was a staff NCO, serving under some of the cadet officers who were also staffers. And there were a very select few who really emphasized the fact that I was underneath them, that I was just a cadet NCO and not a cadet officer.
An interaction I had with my RTO recently, he basically talked about December grads having messed up in some way. Being a December grad that actually, does pretty well as being a cadet, I just had a medical reason.
I definitely felt a lot of social shaming from the people I was actually closest to in my company. They kind of distanced themselves from me. I mean, they were like my best friends throughout 3 years here. And then as soon as I got in trouble and they found out that I was going to get separated and leave the academy, come back as a December grad, they not really turned on me, but they definitely shunned me. Stopped hanging out with me. They didn't invite me to do stuff, and even to this day, we don't talk.
In a time of need, when I definitely was in need of moral support, help with the SLTPH process, things like that, there were few and far between who stuck around.
Despite negative perceptions from others, these December grads show resilience by persevering through West Point. They push through the social shaming and find close friends they can rely on.
I didn't really care, other than the fact that he didn't say it to my face, so it was kind of, in my opinion, kind of cowardly.
So my close friends were really by my side the whole time. I really learned who my close friends were.